Hi guys, Gary Spike O'Sullivan here. I recommend you subscribe to Sport and Icons for all your latest boxing news. Good luck.
For whatever reason, here in the UK, the Saul Canelo Alvarez versus Triple G Gennady Golovkin rematch, which is this weekend, of course, over there in Vegas. And for those of us in the UK, we can watch it on BT Sport Boxoffice. Okay, now, for whatever reason, this fight doesn't have too much momentum here in the UK. I don't see too many channels talking about it. I don't see people in the comment section bringing it up or anything like that. I don't see it on TV. So I'm not quite sure why. I can only hazard a guess. And a lot of it could be down to the fact that there's a bit of a cloud hanging over Canelo. And a lot of people are looking at Canelo in a totally different light because he's blaming his failed PED test on contaminated meat. So, of course, this is the rescheduled rematch between them because first time round, Canelo failed the test. And as I said, he blamed it on contaminated meat, which is dubious. Of course, it's very, very dubious. And then, of course, Triple G had to take on Vanes Martirosyan because he had a very small budget. There wasn't long or much notice for anybody to fight him until fight night. So he ended up taking Vanes Martirosyan. I know people like Jamal Charlo and others were saying that, you know, they want this fight like a Derevchenko. But, of course, these people are going to want more money than what was really in the budget. So, ultimately, he ended up taking Vanes Martirosyan. Triple G got like a lot of grief for that. A lot of people were picking holes at him as if he's cherry-picked an easy fight. But even though that the viewing figures showed that it did phenomenally well, surprisingly enough. So either way, Triple G has almost been acting out of character. And lately he's saying that he's seen plenty of pictures of Canelo with puncture marks all over his body. In other words, accusing him of sticking needles wherever it may be. Why? For PEDs, for an advantage. And with things like if Canelo has been juicing and the WBC, even though Canelo told the WBC to go take a walk, I don't want anything to do with you, for a long, long time, the WBC are so desperate to be part of Canelo. Why? Because he brings in good money, of course, that they would risk the health of other fighters and say, well, even if Triple G has done something, we're going to stand by him. This is their statement. And I think a lot of these kind of things have really annoyed Triple G. And for the fact, because of it as well, he has been stripped of his IBF world title as well in the meantime. So he's got like a lot of needle against Canelo. Not just financially, of course, but because, you know, he had to spend out money on camp and a build-up to fight Canelo, only to have the opponent switched through no fault of his own. So Triple G is angry. Now, if Triple G is angry, what's that going to mean? That means that he's going to go in there and just try and do a job on him. Now, we've seen Triple G get angry probably once or twice, I think. But usually he's very calm. You know, this is a drama show and, you know, he's smiling for the cameras and, you know, he's like a real nice guy. But in this one, he seems like he is annoyed. He really does. And last time I've seen him annoyed was in the build-up for David Lemieux. And he punished David Lemieux in this fight. Is he going to punish Canelo? There's a very good chance of it. And that is my prediction for this fight, by the way. That I think Triple G is going to stop Saul Canelo Alvarez. First time around when these two fought, I thought that Canelo was in control of the fight for the first couple of rounds. And most notably because of the body shots. And Triple G, whenever he gets hit, it's almost like he's like a Terminator. He just keeps on coming forward. There is no change of expression in his face. But when Canelo was landing those body shots, you could see Triple G wincing. And for whatever reason, Canelo just kind of like backed off and started headhunting. And when you headhunt with Triple G, you don't usually get too far with it. And if anything, that seemed to wake up Triple G. And then he took over pretty much for like the rest of the fight. Now, as I said, this could be a case of Triple G is going to get angry and just do an absolute number on Canelo, or it's going to go totally against him, because Canelo is an excellent counterpuncher. And he does have severe knockout power, and we've seen it time and time again. So if Triple G isn't careful, he could get counterpunched and knocked out. But there again, if Canelo has been juicing, and obviously he's been rigorously tested throughout VADA for this rescheduled rematch, if he doesn't have anything left in his system, then what kind of fighter is he going to be? And this is a question a lot of people have now. And Triple G listen, he's openly admitted that he believes that Canelo has been knowingly cheating. He doesn't believe the whole contaminated meat story. So it's unfortunate that this kind of thing has to happen. And as I said earlier there, that it's unfortunate that whenever Canelo fights, there seems to be a rogue judge. There always seems to be something amiss. There really does. Now, anyway, so that's that fight. I'm looking forward to it, that is for sure. Now, the undercard. I like the undercard. In all truth, I really do. Because the undercard for me is David Lemieux versus Gary Spike O'Sullivan. Gary Spike O'Sullivan is a quality guy, a real family man. And again, there's a better needle between Spike and Lemieux. Last time David Lemieux was out, he got schooled by Billy Joe Saunders. Now, as in schooled, he lost every single round. Now, unless David Lemieux's had a fight since, which I don't know if he has. Actually, I'll just check right now. Yes, he has, actually. He has had a fight, and he won by unanimous decision. So, anyway, he has had a fight since, so my bad. But either way, he got blitzed and annihilated by Billy Joe Saunders for every second of every round. Is Gary Spike O'Sullivan just going to put the cherry on top and finish off David Lemieux? That, again, that's my prediction. I think that Spike is going to stop David Lemieux. But again, Spike needs to be careful because David Lemieux can bang and he hits hard. We've seen him knock out people to the point of unconscious, not on the, you know, they're on the floor, not moving. So Spike needs to be careful on this one. So it's a very, very interesting fight. As I said, these guys have had a bit of needle. They're both Golden Boy fighters, so they're both part of Oscar De La Hoya's stable. So it's going to be a good fight. I think that this one, these two are just going to be trading. I really do. And Jaime Munguia, the WBO Super Welterweight champion, fresh off winning the title against Saddam Ali. A bit of a shock result for a lot of people. He's undefeated, of course, as of right now. He's 30-0. But he defeats Saddam Ali for the title, then defends it against a very, very tough and durable Liam Smith. We all know him very well here in the UK. And here he is. He's going to be taking on Brandon Cook. Brandon Cook is the opponent for Kell Brook. That Kell Brook, he got injured and had to pull out of the fight. So Kell Brook versus Brandon Cook was meant to be on the Dylan White undercard. So from then, Brandon Cook, he got rescheduled to fight Sam Eggington on that fight. Sam Eggington pulled out through injury as well. So Brandon Cook didn't have a fight. So now he's got a world title fight against Jaime Munguia. Very, very tough fight for Brandon Cook. He's only ever lost one fight, Brandon Cook, and that was against Kana Islam, who was a very, very good fighter. He's very good friends with Triple G. He's from China originally, but he's got a Kazakhstan nationality. And he's an absolute beast. He's like a little bit of a smaller version of Triple G as well. And that's who Brandon Cook lost to. But Munguia looks the business. He really does. So I'm picking Munguia to win this one and win it quite comfortably, even though Brandon Cook is very tough. Another one that I'm looking forward to seeing is Chocolatito Roman Gonzanelz, currently 46-2. Obviously, those two defeats are against Saul Canelo. A shock result first time round. Gonzalez did get bullied or cheated on, I suppose you could say, with the elbows and the illegal blows and whatever else. But second time for the rematch, Saul Canelo made very quick work of it and knocked out Chocolatito. So this is a comeback fight for Gonzalez, and he's taking on Moses Fuentes. And Moses is 25 wins, 5 defeats and 1 draw. So all going well, Gonzalez should get through this one, and then maybe ultimately, hopefully, he'll end up taking on Cal Yafai. That's a fight that I would love to see. Now, the rest of the card, it's against a few people who are still prospects, I suppose you could say. You've got Virgil Ortiz Jr. He's 10-0. He's going to be taking on a 35-3-2 Roberto Ortiz as well. I don't know if they're a relation. I have no idea. We also have 11-0 Alex Rocha. He's going to be taking on Carlos Ortiz Cervantes. There's quite a few Ortiz in this card, isn't there? So anyway, and he is 11-2. There's another guy, I'm not even going to pronounce it. He's 3-0, and he's going to be taking on again a 4-0 undefeated Lawrence King. And another one, we have Brian Cabello, who's 4-0. He's going to be taking on 6-3-1 David Thomas. So the card is looking pretty decent. It really is. So big up to Golden Boy Promotions for this one, and obviously K2 and Tom Loeffler for what they're doing there. So this will be shown on HBO pay-per-view in America, and of course pay-per-view here on BT Sport for us here in the UK. So you let me know about the main event. What do you think about Canelo Alvarez? Do you think that he was on the juice? Do you think if he's not on the juice now, that he's going to be a totally different fighter? Do you think Triple G has got a little bit, I don't know, too emotionally invested in this one? Do you think he's going to go in there, make a mistake, get countered, knocked out? Or do you think that Triple G is going to beast him or just school him to a points decision, or vice versa? Drop your thoughts below about it all. What do you think of David Lemieux versus Spike O'Sullivan? And what do you make of Munguia as well? And of course, the return of Roman Chocolatito Gonzanelz. Drop your thoughts below, click that thumbs up and subscribe. Catch you all on the next video.